So in one of my previous videos, I mentioned how I have a hairline crack. It took me ages to find this. There's a hairline crack running across the top of this tube here, as in the top as it's laying right now. It's super hard to see, but I'll show you the old footage that when you can actually see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and repair it. So how I plan on fixing it is just with some solder. I've got the solder, some flux paste, and I've just cleaned it up with a bit of steel wool. So I've just rubbed it as much as I possibly can to try and get it as clean as possible. There is a tiny gap where you can see the actual hairline crack, so I don't know if it's going to be enough to fill this. However, we'll give it a go and see if I can't get it fixed. If not, then it's no big drama because I can get another one from somewhere else, but I just feel like having a go at trying to fix it. I decided to put it in the actual steel wool that I bought. I just stuffed it in the center there just to help me position it and hold it a bit better because it's starting to get quite warm. So this will help me smooth it out. Well, if I'm honest, it's definitely not the neatest of jobs, but hopefully it did the trick. So I'm going to fill it up with water and just see if I get any drips. If I do, then obviously it's going to have to be redone. Alrighty, now for the moment of truth to see if this thing holds any fluid. Well, I think that's pretty much a winner. So far so good. I haven't got any drips at the bottom, nothing. So it worked. And I'm pretty happy with that. So basically I'll just zoom you in and show you the final product and what it looked like when it was finished. Like I said, it's not the neatest of jobs, but if it needed to get you out of a problem and you couldn't get one of these bowls in a hurry, you can definitely get the solder and the flux from any hardware store. So I think this is absolutely an awesome little fix for any bike that has a brass rod like that. I'll do one final test just to make sure this pinhole didn't get blocked at all in that process, and what I'll do is I'll blow some water through it. So I'll just get a pen and just take a pen apart and just use that as my straw, and then just seal the end so that it doesn't leak, obviously, and just place that over there. I think we have a winner. So I've just come back from a ride today. This morning I got up quite early and went for a ride with a couple of friends, and two of them have a Ducati and one of them has a Harley. Basically, we got up to Moolumbar, which is about an hour and a half away from me. It's a really, really nice ride, really windy kind of, and it's kind of country roads, and the road is actually, the surface is really smooth. So it's just a really nice morning, except it was freaking cold. Like, I feel really sorry for anybody who lives in a climate where it snows. It doesn't snow here, but it was damn cold. I was rugged up and still my hands were freezing. Like, when we pulled up, when we got there, a cop car that pulled up right behind my bike, and he asked me a question. He asked me where my number plate was. So yeah, basically I said to him, that's a very good question. I have no idea. It somehow has fallen off my bike, and yeah, obviously the bolts just weren't tight enough and it's just come off. God knows where it ended up, but he, I guess, gave me the attitude test to start with, just to make sure that, you know, I didn't try, that wasn't something dodgy going on. And I told him, like, seriously, I have no idea. And the guys confirmed for me that I literally had a plate, and he checked the rego because I gave him the numbers and make sure it was registered. And then he said, look, just take it home. And I'm really glad he did that, because I could have potentially have to tow it like an hour and a half away. That would have really sucked. But he was a really cool cop. He just had a look at the other two Ducatis because the number plates were on an angle. So he just wanted to check to make sure they're all good. And here's my buddy. Hello.
Apprentice.
So my friend brought this in, and it's his bike, but he wants to make it into a cafe racer. So we're going to chop the rear end, and we're going to, no, not really, we're not going to do any of that to this bike. It's absolutely an awesome bike. But yeah, it's not a cafe racer, but it is pretty sweet. Basically all he's doing is just modifying his number plate. It sits obviously here, but it was hitting the top of this, so the previous owner didn't want obviously the scratches to his carbon fiber, and he bent it up, and obviously it's not what the cops like to see, or as you say, legal. So yeah, we're just doing a quick change, quick modification, just to bend it back down again, and hopefully it clears this and doesn't hit it anymore. Nobody wants scratched carbon. So that's the bracket. It's off the bike, as you can see. It's been bent ever so slightly to miss that, whoever's done it, the previous owner. But yeah, we'll try and straighten her up again, and happy days.